Welcome to our video series for the FACS e-reporting program. The FACS system is an online website that you can access with a mobile device such as a smartphone or a tablet, a computer, or by calling into our 24-hour call center. As a FACS user, you will only have to report on the days that you go out and harvest. In addition to being able to report your harvest electronically, you can also use FACS as a logbook to review past harvests, manage and view available quota, and receive important messages from the Maryland e-reporting team. For today's video, I'm going to be using the portal version of the website. However, many of these features can also be viewed on the mobile version of the website, which is best designed for viewing on a smartphone or tablet. So after navigating to the FACS website, I'm going to enter my username and my password. Always remember that if you forget your password, you can click on the Forgot Your Password button here, and this will help lead you to recovering your password. So we're going to click on the Login button, and this will take us to our home page. As you can see on our home page, it's going to give you your name, your role, the electronic reporting programs currently available, your license, your striped bass quota if you're a part of the striped bass fishery, as well as any unchecked striped bass trips that you may have. So just to get you oriented with our page layout, if we go to the top left-hand corner of the page, we can see several different options here. The first option is going to be Home. Here, this button will always take us back to this page. The next one is going to be our Trips button. We can see two options that pop up, My Trips or Enter a Revising a Hail. So if we want to review our past trips, we would click on the My Trips button. And this allows us to look at all of our trips that we've entered into the FACS system. So we can sort these trips by a few different methods. The first one to look at is we can do this by date. So we could look at all the trips from July. So we're going to enter in the 1st of July to the last day of July. And now we're going to go over to the right-hand portion, click on the Search button, and this will show me all the trips that I entered in July. As you can see, we're going to have some basic information about our trip. If we want a little more detail, we can go over to the blue magnifying glass click on the magnifying glass, and now this will give us all the details about our trip that we've entered in. Note that if we move down the page, we can even see more details. Once we're done reviewing this, we can go back up to the top. And at the top right-hand portion of the page, we can click the Close button. And this will take us back to our trips. Note that we can also filter our trips by the area or the NOAA code, or by the fishery. Now that we're done reviewing our trips, we can go back up here, review the rest of our buttons. So we also have our Enter and Revise hails, and this allows us to enter in a new trip. Please check out our video on our fishery-specific hailing. Next, we can look at our check-ins. So for those involved in the striped bass fishery, we can click our View History, and this gives us a check-in history report for our striped bass. Note that we can also filter this by date or by the check station. If we go back up again, next we have our Messages section. So these are messages from the Maryland e-reporting team. We can click on our View History, and this will also give us a list of messages associated with the FACS program. Note we can filter this again by dates or by the status, whether it's been read or unread. Our next portion here is our quota section. So with e-reporting, we can do quota share transfers, where we can initiate a new transfer, or we can review our past transfer history. With the FACS system, we can also review our quota status for various fisheries. So for example, if we wanted to look at the available quota for yellow perch, we could click on yellow perch, and this will give us the most up-to-date information on the available quota. Next, we have our Documents section. The first option we have here is My Permits, and this shows you all the permits that you've signed. To review a permit, we can simply go and click on the permit we want to see, and this will load up our permit. Here we can print it out so we have a physical copy with us. When we're done, we can go back to the fax program. Note that the rest of our document section, we have our check station manual, so we can review the check-in process for striped bass. And we also have the most up-to-date version of the user manual. So if we click on this, like our permit, it's going to load the entire manual, which you are free to review at any time. When we go back to our fax website, we have a few more buttons to look at here. The top one in the right-hand corner is the Home button. This will take us back to our home screen. We have the My Account button that allows us to make adjustments to our account and settings. And lastly, we have our Logout button, which allows us to log out of the system for the day. Thank you for watching our video and introducing you to the Fax e-reporting website. Please check out the rest of the videos in the series to learn more about e-reporting.